Hello viewers, I'm very happy if you have clicked on this video to watch because this is very different from the sort of content that I put out. I mean, I have done a few random things before, but not exactly so upfront about something. So I thought it's important to talk about this because there's some sort of a backlash that I received on my previous video because I said that I have watched, I have had put out a song cover of I'm Just Ken from the movie Barbie, and I received some sort of backlash. I wouldn't call it backlash. I just got it from one viewer, and that does not constitute backlash. But I still thought it's important to address this because there is some sort of shame associated with wanting to watch the movie Barbie instead of Oppenheimer, between the Barbenheimer battle. And I think if you are one of those who are judging the people who are choosing to watch Barbie over Oppenheimer, I want to tell you that not all people who are going in to watch Barbie are going in to have fun or just to have fun or just to watch the movie. Some also go to watch movies to criticize the movie instead of liking the movie being the reason if they're watching it. So I partly wanted to watch Oppenheimer instead of Barbie because I genuinely have not heard good review on Barbie from Indians, from people in the West. So it was not my choice, not my first choice. But I had to go watch Barbie because yeah, it was a unanimous decision between me and my friend that Oppenheimer would be. Yeah, I'll not go and get into that, but we settled on Barbie. So we watched the movie. It's by Greta Gerwig. I've never watched any of her work before, so it was a first time for me. Um, I have I follow these conservative or center to right leaning political commentators on social media, on YouTube. I'm not on social media. I follow them on YouTube, and I have heard their reviews on Barbie, and I've heard them talk about Barbie, and I have to be upfront. You may say I don't have a mind of my own, but I really felt very convinced that I would hate the movie, that it's everything that this generation is wrong for. Like, the movie has everything that I hate this generation for. Some people, I don't want to be like I'm different. I'm not living this gen. I don't belong to this generation. No, I'm Gen Z. But there is a divide which everyone knows about. I'm sure if you do not live under a rock and are mildly in touch with pop culture, you would know that there is a divide. And I know that I am on one side and there is the other side which I do not approve of. I do not approve of their ways. And that entire side was represented in the movie. They it was almost like they got the entire movie to themselves. They got the entire spotlight in the movie. And there was no space, not a bit, for people on the other side. The side where I belong to, the side where Blair White belongs to, the side where Ben Shapiro belongs to, the side where Brett Cooper belongs to, the side where Amala Ekpinobi belongs to. If you watch any of them, good for you. If you don't, we'll get to that later. So, as this thing about the movie, it has a rich political undertone. And I do not know how people are not able to see that. I have no clue how people do not manage to, just how are they denying it or how are they not talking about it? The people who are saying that they genuinely enjoyed the movie and they're writing a review on the movie on IMDb or Rotten Tomatoes or on Google, they completely omit this part, which glares out to me. Okay, I will say that I am currently a very politically engaging person. I engage in political ideologies more so. I engage in like the concepts of liberals and conservatism and just these things. There are nuances And I very highly with these, engage very deeply with these because it's it's a guilty pleasure. And that could be one of the reasons why the political aspect of the movie glares so much out to me. But even without it, people don't talk like that in everyday life. A person does not meet a stranger who is trying to be nice to them. An 11-year-old girl does not meet a person, a grown-up woman who is trying to be nice to her and call her a fascist. That does not happen in real life. At least the reality I live in. I'm not on TikTok, so I I know it happens there. The name calling, the calling each other fascists and transphobic and racist and everything, like sexist, everything. So I'm not in touch with that reality, but even without it, um, I've seen clips of such TikToks on YouTube from from my favorite commentators commenting, and it was very odd to see it on in a film. It felt like satire. It felt like that was a parody. The end of the movie, without giving you any spoilers, did not turn out to be a parody. Did not turn out to be a satire as much as I wanted it to be, as much as I wanted there to be a resolution which was not an extreme of either side of the political divide that I'm talking about. Without the ending wanting to be either of the extreme, I wanted to be somewhere in the middle because the middle is where people can at least try to coexist, and that is where people from both the sides and all the sides can have even a chance to coexist without fighting and killing each other. But that did not happen. The movie came back where it started. It did a full circle, many zigzags in between because the plot is a mess. So sorry, the plot is a mess, and you never know why things are happening the way they're happening. Why one thing is leading to the other. There is no explanation for it. Things are stupid. Ken is sad because in Barbie land, he does not have any respect. He does not have a job, he does not have a house, he does not have a car. He does not even have Barbie. We know Barbie loves Ken. That is why Ken is made for Barbie. That is why Ken is made. Ken was created to be Barbie's boyfriend, literally. But in the movie, Ken does not get any attention from Barbie except in a friendly way or in a very ew, just get away from me way, which was very off putting to watch. I did not want one of my. I'll be upfront about it. I've played with Barbies since I was a kid, at least until the age of 7, I guess, 7 or 8. And I loved to play with Barbie. It was like one of the toys I owned. I had many Barbie dolls and I liked to play with them. I had siblings. I don't have siblings. I had cousins who played with them, came over to my house. My favorite came over to my house and she played with them. I played with them. It was nice. And the story that we had all heard since we were kids, the story that was completely denied in the movie. I did not want that. I wish it did not happen. And at the time that Ken is sad because for said reasons he does not get anything. And when he tries to implement some changes in Barbie Land, he gets all the Kens somehow get kicked out of that position, and then all the Barbies take over and it's back to being just Barbie. Ken is nothing. So Ken talks about not having anything. Ken is saying, I'm just Ken. Anywhere else I'd be a 10. Is it my destiny to live and die a life of blonde fragility? I'm just Ken. Where I see love, she sees a friend. So this whole thing, what will it take for her to see the man behind the stand and fight for me? I do not know about you, but I find these words very deep and very moving and very heart touching. When Ryan Gosling, the these two songs, I'm Just Ken and Push, the cover of Push. Both of them are sung by Ryan Gosling. And every time Ryan Gosling sang, it touched my heart because I felt he really could bring out the emotion of Ken, emotions, all the emotions. He was very emotive. And I heard him talk in one of his interviews where he said that when he read the script, he was like, yeah, I want to play Ken. I want to be in this movie because the story needs to be told. The story needs to be out in the world. The story needs to be told. Ken's story needs to be told. I do not know whether the original dolls made by Mattel had this sort of context that Ken is nothing without Barbie. But in this movie, Ken is nothing without Barbie. And during one of his vulnerable moments of Ken, Barbie says that you are Ken. You are not Barbie and Ken. It is Barbie and it is Ken. Learn to be your own person. Learn to be your own individual. She says all these things to console him. And it's there's a very caricatured way of showing Ken each enlightenment and be very happy about being told by Barbie that I can be my own person. I'm Ken. I'm not a necessary for Barbie. I am Ken. But deep down that this is just the caricature part of the movie. Whatever Barbie, the character played by Margot Robbie, does not make sense. If one half of the population in any place who are different from the other half, and even if they are a minority, if they're given nothing, and if they're told by the majority that I'll take everything from you, and you don't have to want me, or you don't have to want to have what I have, because you are your own person, go find yourself. It does not make sense to me. It does not. And this entire trope of girl bossing your way through everything, literally everything, this is an ideology. At one point in the movie, the Barbies, who have accidentally fallen prey to patriarchy that Ken brings in, all the Kens have kicked all the Barbies out of their homes. They have overtaken everything. They have overtaken the parliament, because originally the parliament was run by Barbies, and now the Kens have overtaken the entire Barbie land, and the women, the Barbies, are serving them beers. They're giving them foot massages, shoulder massages. They're their arm candies, eye candies. They have no prestige. They have nothing. They have no respect in Barbie land anymore, because now it has turned to Kendom. Kendom. That is what Barbie land has turned into. And we find the Barbies in a very sad state. They have a very sorry state, and it's sad to see. But immediately after that, when the Kens again go back to their position, because of course the Barbies have kicked out the Kens again, have taken up all their positions, and during that process, unbrainwash the Barbies, the main Barbie and the human, the woman from the human world, real world. They both try to brainwash the Barbies into believing, not brainwash, they give a speech to each Barbie, each patriarchally brainwashed Barbie, to think in terms of what they were before patriarchy came to Barbie land, and they are brought back to their senses just in the click of fingers, and they're suddenly in their senses. Each Barbie gets a line like, I don't remember much, but there was this one thing, either you're brainwashed or you're whatever, or you're yours or something like that. There's no in between. So whatever I saw, it was women or raging feminists literally brainwashing traditional women, it wasn't traditional. In the movie, it wasn't traditional for those women to just be the arm candies and eye candies and give them foot massages and serve them beer all the time. That is not traditional. That is not what real life is like. That is not what a traditional woman in the world is like, even. But the concept of it was that a raging feminist was brainwashing an unbrainwashed woman in real time about feminist ideologies. And it was very disturbing to watch. It was very disturbing to watch. And the movie is doing exactly that. The movie is trying to brainwash every person, because I believe there is a benefit of doubt that we can give to the movie about it being a satire. About the movie literally being a satire about the current world situation. About both the extremes of men ruling the world and women ruling the world. About patriarchy and matriarchy. Only patriarchy and not the matriarchy. The movie is a satire about that. The movie is a parody. The movie is parodying the extreme liberal, the woke liberals. The movie is parodying woke people. We can give the movie the benefit of doubt. But in that moment, if you are not so smart enough to believe, or if you don't want to believe that the movie is a parody, because nowhere is it being talked about that the movie is a satire except by conservatives themselves, as much as I've seen. No liberal person is taking the movie to be a satire. Moderate people are. That's the thing. Moderates are. People who do not belong to either side, either extreme side. They belong to the left. They belong to the center. They are pointing out that the movie might be a satire. Even if you do not want to believe that the movie is a satire, it's just a satire, and you have to just take it that way. That the movie is trying to parody both the sides, trying to control the other side. If you do not want to believe that, you will take the movie to be an ideological brainwashing, forcing down an ideology down your throat, down the throats of your kids. If you have brought kids to the theater, God save you if you've done that. It's very sad that the movie has a PG-13 rating. The movie is not for kids. From the beat you off jokes to President Barbie saying the word motherfucker in the movie. Last part of the movie, or America Ferrera's, like the who's played by America, her daughter Sasha, saying the word fascist, or giving Barbie an entire lecture about consumerism and capitalism and all the isms that you can think of. It's not, even without the political context, which forms a big part of the movie. I hate to break it to even myself, the political aspect makes up a huge part of the movie, because there's literally nothing else to talk about. It's a stupid story, but if the movie had just focused on the stupid story, it would have been amazing. It would have been a good movie, a genuinely good movie, enjoyable movie, giving people good laughs, not hurting anybody's emotions, not touching on political aspects, because you do not want that. I wouldn't want that. I don't know who wants that. So I'm not hesitant to give the movie the benefit of doubt about the fact that it could be a satire. I would love some people who belong to the cast, who belong to the writing team, director Greta Gerwig, talking about it, because it's important. People can keep speculating, but why would I believe them? My perception was not that. I did not perceive the movie as a satire, because at the end of the movie, the situation, Barbie Land, comes back to being a Barbie Land, completely Barbie Land, with Ken being told to Go find himself, not depend on Barbie. Do not want Barbie. Do not want to have any of what he wants, but just to go find himself. To go on a journey of self-discovery, because, oh dear Lord, what could be more enjoyable than a journey of self-discovery? What could be more enjoyable than a journey of self-discovery? What? Love? No. A house? No. Respect in society? No. A place in society? No. Go discover yourself and then come back. And if you have discovered yourself enough and you have turned yourself to one of us, because that is what we want you to do. We do not want you to go get brainwashed by patriarchy. We do not want you to go find yourself as a man, as a masculine man. No, we want you to come back completely believing that a friend of Barbie is what you're meant to be for the rest of your life. Find a small place for yourself in Barbie land. Stay here, because then we'll let you, if you rid yourself of all desire for Barbie and all love for Barbie, if you have any, because that is what Barbie is here for. Barbie is here to have girl sleepovers every night. Barbie is here to just enjoy your life every day, forever and ever. A movie. I would like to quote Ben Shapiro in this, the lawyer, advocate turned political commentator of the Daily Wire, I believe. I would like to quote him on this, because he had reviewed the movie and he had bashed the freak out of it for 43 minutes. And his last sentence was, "Oh, and Oppenheimer is good. I have not gone to watch Oppenheimer, and I want to. I don't know when I will, but I would love to. Or I will watch it at home." Ben Shapiro had said that people would ask me, why are you taking the movie so seriously? It's because the movie is taking itself seriously. And that's the thing. The movie is not trying to be a movie. It's like listening to a sociology professor in a university in the West. It's not like listening to a character in a movie. It does not feel like that. It does not feel like listening to a character. At that point, I felt like I was listening to one of the writers, the crew, the people behind the movie. It was their voice. It was not the voice of the characters. This is what I felt while watching the movie Barbie. And I really whatever I loved was when all the Kens were singing push to all the Barbies individually, until the Barbies decided to play a game to turn the Kens against themselves. And I also loved it when Ken sang that song, "I'm Just Ken." It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm not gonna ask anyone to watch Barbie, because it's not really a movie worth watching. But if you're interested in the political aspect of it, or if you're interested in criticizing the movie or deeply analyzing the movie more than the surface level, than just the surface level, you could give it a watch. But do not expect to agree with everyone sitting in the movie theater, because I had seen some people completely unfazed after watching the movie. I've heard some people genuinely enjoy it. I haven't heard anyone genuinely believing in every bit of what the movie said, which is a good thing. But I do not want to think many people did not have a single thought about the rights or wrongs or ideologies or the forced ideological consumption of the movie after coming out of the theaters. But I know there are people like that who did not bat an eyelid about what the movie was trying to give them. If you watch the movie, I urge you to think about it. Think about these things. I'm not going deeper into whether this movie is just feminist or extremely feminist, or if I'm a feminist or not, or if I'm insulting feminism as a whole. I'm doing none of that. I'm doing none of that. It's just that this movie is not just about feminism. It's much more than that, because when it because feminism, classical feminism, liberal feminism, even radical feminism in the second wave was not talking about this. And I do not agree with the feministic ideologies of this generation. Whatever wave this is going on, this might be the fifth or the sixth wave, I'm not really sure. But I'm not an anti-feminist, for whatever the word is worth. I do not believe in you wanting women to vote and then calling you anti-feminist. The word does not sit right with me. I'm not trying to be a pick me, because the last thing I want right now is to be picked by a man. I do not want it right now. I want none of that right now. And I'm not trying to be I'm not trying to pass inflammatory comments like Pearl Davis. Do not check her out. Do not go check out her YouTube channel. Do not do that, because she's scum. She's literal scum. She says women shouldn't vote. Yeah, whatever. No, I'm not agreeing with any of that. I'm not any of that. When I say that I disagree with what the movie is doing to people, or at least what it's trying to do, because you see, the fact is that when you have characters in a movie that you went in to enjoy, and you see them repeat these few things over and over again to other characters in the movie, you might try to believe them. You might try to, I don't know if you might, but it's a clear way of the movie telling us that you should believe in this too. It's not just for the other characters in the movie, it's also for you. Because the movie does not say anything against it. Ken says a little, but it's a very cartoonish way of saying that. But I've actually heard people talk like the way Sasha talks. I've actually heard people talk the way Sasha's mother talks. I've heard people talk like that. Unironically, I've heard them talk like that to other people, trying to make them believe and convince them that you are victimized, you're the victim, you're oppressed, and patriarchy is killing you, patriarchy is killing everything, and patriarchy is the root of all evils, and the only solution to it and the only answer to it, the response to it is matriarchy. How can you say that? As Blair White says, it's demented. It's just demented. So this was my take on the movie Barbie. This is not an explanation video for why I went to watch Barbie instead of Oppenheimer, or why I went to watch Barbie at all. I may have other reasons. I'm not telling you because I don't think I need to. But yeah, the political discourse or the political analysis for myself is one of the reasons I went to watch the movie, and I did it. I did from the moment the characters started talking, from the moment the narrator, which is voiced by Helen Mirren, started speaking. So it's not a good movie. Again, I do not find any part of the movie which is fun or enjoyable, because the movie is none of that. The movie is not fun. It's genuinely not fun. There is not a bit of fun in it, because all I felt was it was too much of a caricature, and during those moments it was difficult to enjoy it, because it was just not for me, not my cup of tea. And during the moments when the movie was not trying to be a caricature, it was trying to be a caricature of reality, which is the extreme both liberals of this generation abiding on abiding in TikTok. Sadly. I loved it for Ken. I loved Ken in the movie. I loved how Ryan Gosling played Ken. I loved him in his mink. I loved him when he sang. I loved him when he was playing the guitar. I loved him especially when he was vulnerable. Justice for Ken. Thanks for watching.